Hello, all of you lovely beings. My name is Larissa and welcome to my YouTube. In today's video, I am going to be going back in time a little bit to share some more of my adventures while I was in Bali at the end of last year. If you haven't been following my journey, I took a little bit of a break for a few months of being off of social media, so I have some catching up to do, but Bali was such an interesting experience spending time there. I spent almost 3 months, I believe. In Bali, I spent most of my time in Uluwatu and Ubud. It is such a unique and beautiful place that I want to, share as much as I possibly can with you all of what I did while I was there and all the beautiful tropical fruits that I enjoyed and the beautiful nature. But I will say I was going through a really difficult and transformational time while I was there, so huge reason why I took some time off of social media and took a lot of time to go inward. But Bali will definitely do that to you. It's a very intense place with very polarizing energy because it's so beautiful, the culture is so amazing, and the people there, the locals, are amazing. There's a really cool collective community of people that are passionate about raw living foods, so there's quite a handful of places where you can get amazing raw vegan food at restaurants, and the fruit quality is incredible, especially if you can find a quality organic vendor. I highly recommend, if you are in Bali, to go online to Bali Jiwa as well as Island Organics, and they deliver straight to where you are, and just really great organic fruits and vegetables and herbs and nuts and seeds and so many wonderful things, trying to avoid pesticides as much as possible and all of that. But yeah, I mean, the fruits in the tropics are always amazing, and Bali has incredible dragon fruits, I will say that, like best red dragon fruits I've ever had in my life. But the intense polarity comes from the fact that it's heavily overpopulated at the moment. The tourism is crazy, and I see why. It's, such a wonderful place, but the congestion on the roads is insane. The pollution is quite out of control. So the air quality is the worst I've ever experienced in my life. And the locals still have this practice of burning their trash outside, and that includes plastics and just a lot of things you don't want to breathe in, and that's what you're smelling every single day when you're outside. And not even just in the more populated cities, but even in the countrysides. Like, I really couldn't find many places that had fresh air unless I went really high up into the mountains, and even then, like, I could still smell people burning their trash. So that was the hardest obstacle for me, was the air quality, and just seeing all the plastic that is just, and the trash that's just everywhere outside, in the rivers, at the beach, just on the side of the road constantly. And it's really heartbreaking. As humanity, we really have to move forward in more conscious ways, but I definitely do not take fresh air for granted now. And it took a huge toll on my nervous system being there, and just being faced with being in contact with so many different things that my body had to work even harder to detox. And as being a health conscious person who wants to take the best care of my body possible, yeah, it was quite a challenge. But I don't want to ramble on for too long. I just wanted to update you guys a little bit, since it's been a while since I was in Bali and sharing about my time there, and I kind of stopped sharing on social media while I was there. So I just want to catch up and share some of the footage I took, and the beautiful moments, the beautiful fruit and nature, and the fun raw vegan food from some of the restaurants, because that's what, one of the things Bali's known for. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get right into it. So these are the beautiful dragon fruits I was talking about. I've never found dragon fruits this sweet anywhere else in the world. They are so red and pigmented and have a really concentrated sweet flavor. almost reminiscent of red Kool-Aid, and they are just so delightful and so nutrient rich. I absolutely love them. And here is a great example of what it's like to get around Bali on the scooter. Quite a few traffic jams here and there. And like I mentioned, the air pollution is quite intense on the roads. They don't have the same regulations for the fumes like we do over here in the States, so I highly recommend wearing a mask when you're out here on the roads if you come to visit Bali, just to assist your lungs. But we made it to this restaurant called Alchemy. I always loved getting a smoothie bowl there. They have a beautiful outdoor space, which I always took advantage of to get some beautiful sunshine and just relax and enjoy the ambiance. This location also just opened a new spa area where they have a cold plunge, a regular pool, a nice little grassy area, which is also where I loved to get some sunbathing in. But I would always come to use the sauna, and this is a new addition to the Alchemy location in Uluwatu, and it's so lovely. It's a really big, nice sauna, and it was relatively not very crowded when I was going because it was brand new, so it was a little hidden gem. But I absolutely love using saunas. They're super great for your health and always felt so amazing. And afterwards I would go back to the restaurant to get this nice little electrolyte drink with coconut water, and sometimes I would also grab a little treat from their raw vegan dessert case. And they just had so many delicious options. I absolutely loved this place. Such a fun spot to check out when you're in Bali. It's not fully raw, but they have a lot of raw vegan options and pretty high quality ingredients as well. And over here they have a whole little health food store with bulk items and lots of good stuff. They're also pretty famous for their yoga studio. They have 2 beautiful yoga shalas over by where the spa is. And I only took 1 yoga class while I was here, but these shalas are absolutely beautiful, and the surrounding areas are just absolutely captivating with all of the greenery. I enjoyed a really nice yin yoga class here, but typically I would just do my own practice at home, and this is me getting my yoga flow on. It's basically become a daily practice for me, and I absolutely love it. It's a huge part of my meditation and pranayama practice, and I just can't get enough because it feels so good to stretch and have mobility and feel better in my body than ever before. Hey guys, just popping in here for a quick moment to remind you that my friend Marcus and I are hosting a 28-day spring cleaning group cleanse, which we are really excited for, coming up starting on April 6th. So I just wanted to quickly remind you, we talked a bit more about it in my previous YouTube video, but basically it's a 2-week long deeper cleanse with 1 week of preparation and 1 week of integration. So we'll be working together for 28 days total as a group with weekly live Zoom calls. We have a WhatsApp group community chat so that we can stay in touch daily and check in and share everybody's experiences as we're going day by day. There's 3 levels to join at. You can either do a full juice cleanse. For the more advanced level, you can do a liquid cleanse, so that would be juices and smoothies. Or if you're just new to the plant-based lifestyle in general, or you've been wanting to transition to a raw vegan diet, that is the beginner level, which is basically either high raw or fully raw. And you're gonna get some free resources if you join. You're gonna get both of my 2 ebooks. One of them is a fully raw, simple recipe ebook. And then the second one is a transitioning to raw vegan guidebook. both completely free when you join the cleanse. I typically sell these books on my website. These books are a $25 value when bought separately. So we're gifting you with an amazing value when you join. You're gonna have all the resources and all the support and guidance that you need to thrive and to implement these new healthy choices into your lifestyle following this cleanse, because it's not just a fad diet, it's a complete lifestyle reset and transformational journey that will help assist you in feeling your absolute best. So please come join us. It will be linked down below, and I look forward to seeing you there. And thanks again for watching this video, and let's get right back to it. You know, here in Bali, we were always staying super abundant with the fruit stash. Look at all these beautiful dragon fruits and mangoes. I was enjoying lots of delicious papaya. Definitely when you eat papaya, eat some of the seeds as well. They're anti-parasitic, super good for you. And I also found this local drink called jamu. It's a Balinese drink that is mostly ginger and turmeric and very delicious and medicinal. I was also making some beautiful smoothie bowls with some local Balinese frozen black mulberries that I was getting from a local farm. And I was getting just a few things from the grocery store, but mostly ordering from those online purveyors I mentioned at the beginning, because this stuff wasn't as high of quality, but pretty fun to come to the local grocery store and see all of these beautiful tropical fruits. And here I am preparing some delicious pineapple. If you guys ever want me to make any videos demoing how to cut up certain fruits, because I know I get some questions about that sometimes, how to cut up a mango, how to cut up a pineapple, etc., let me know. But this is one of my favorite fruits. They are so sweet here in Bali, so sweet and juicy and delicious. Bali also has this really cool service called Gojek. It's basically like Uber, but for a scooter. So sometimes I would take a Gojek, they would come pick me up just like an Uber and take me to where I wanted to go. This was one of my favorite spas called Asai, and it's just really beautiful and peaceful, and I just absolutely love the aesthetics. I would come here just to chill out, relax, have some peaceful alone time. It was never very crowded, so it was just a nice way to escape the crowds and busyness of Bali. And they did such a beautiful job making it such a serene and peaceful environment. So let me give you a little tour of this spa. And this was also a place where I would come specifically to use the sauna as well. So I will show you around a little bit. So I would come here to relax, use this beautiful sauna. I'd usually order a tea and just hang out, rest, relax my nervous system. And sometimes I would also order a little fruit for a snack, super yummy. And afterwards, sometimes I would also go to their little cafe. I'd bring my laptop and get some work done and just hang out. And I would order fresh watermelon juice. Basically anywhere you go in Bali, you can get smoothies and juices and fresh fruit. It's very vegan friendly and raw foodist friendly. When you're cruising around Bali, you'll oftentimes find these cute little hangout spots where you can hang out poolside, order some coconuts and just relax. And coming back home was always exciting when we had a nice fresh stash of fruits waiting for us. Such a beautiful display. Other than yoga, I also love doing Pilates. Any way that I can keep my body active, moving, and healthy, especially doing these practices outside, always feels so amazing. And then replenishing and rehydrating with fresh watermelon juice. I think I also added some lime. and checking out the fruit stash, always on point here in Bali. All of the abundance and beautiful tropical fruits. Enjoying more papaya with some beautiful plumerias. They smell so good. And making fun recipes like this fruitarian cereal bowl. I have recipes like this in my recipe ebook. I make some banana milk and pour it over some sliced fruits. I think I also added some cacao nibs on top. It's also great with some cinnamon sprinkled over it as well. And you just enjoy like a cereal bowl. And here is a beautiful salad with some edible flowers on top. Always a great way to end the day. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all so much. If you have any comments, leave them down below. You can also check me out on Instagram as well if you would like. And I am sending you all so much love, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I'll see you in another video very soon.